Hi guys, so this is going to be a video about just answering like a bunch of you guys' questions that you had about the home birth, and these are just like the most frequently asked questions, I guess you could say. So one of the main questions that I get is like, where is the birth itself going to be? I am having a home birth, and a lot of people have asked me if I'm having a water birth, and I am having a water birth. I'm planning on having a water birth. I purchased a pool, a birthing pool, and as far as where we're going to set up the pool, it's going to be in my bedroom now. So me and Landon have the master bedroom to ourselves, and I will eventually down the line, that's another thing I get is people ask me to do a house tour. Eventually I will. I just need to get everything like organized, and once I have everything kind of settled in, eventually I will do a house tour. But we are in the master bedroom, me and Landon, and there's a big enough space in there to put the pool, but it's not too big of a space. Since you do have to keep the room itself at a warmer temperature, it will be easier to keep like just a room itself warm compared to like a big area like the living room or something like that. So I am planning on having the water birth in my master bedroom. My midwife thinks that's going to be the best place because the shower's right there and my bed's right there and there's the sinks right there, which we're going to connect the water hose to. Yeah, everything will just be right there. One of the main questions I get is, am I going to allow the kids to be there, or where are they gonna go? And I know that a lot of people have home births and they have their kids present or in the house. This question is kind of complicated because depending on when I go into labor, as far as the birth itself, if it's during the day, I don't want my kids around. I don't know, I am just like one of those people, and you could kind of tell if you watched my labor and delivery with the twins video, I did not want anyone talking, anyone touching me, anyone looking at me. Like I just didn't want anything or anybody near me. And I think having my kids there, especially at the age that they're at right now, I think it'll more so just scare them rather than them thinking it's like something cool. However, if I go into labor and the kids are in bed, I'm not gonna wake them up to have them go places. I'm just gonna wait until they wake up in the morning and then deal with it from there. So as far as who is taking them, my grandma, all of the great grandkids call her Gigi, and then my grandpa Pops, so it's Gigi and Pops. They took Kyson back when Drake and I went to Vegas back in like, what was that? October. They took Kyson for 4 days, and ever since then they just come and pick him up randomly, and he just loves it out there. They live out in the country and there's all kinds of things out there. So Kyson is gonna go with them, and I'm hoping that he won't have to stay longer than 1 or 2 nights there, depending on when I'm in labor and what, if I'm in active labor or like just things like that. I'm not gonna have anyone come pick them up until I know for sure that like this is it and I can't handle just like taking care of them anymore. And then depending on what time I have Landon, he may or may not stay a night there. Lilia, of course, is gonna go with her dad's side of the family. I already made arrangements with Gabe and his mom, and they're gonna come pick her up, take her for as long as I need them to. Caden is actually gonna go with my biological dad. I call him Papa, and he is my Gigi and Pop's son, and they actually live across the street from each other. So Kyson and Caden will like have each other all day, but my papa's just going to be responsible for Caden if he has to stay the night, and my grandma's just going to be responsible for Kyson if he has to stay the night. So they'll be out there together, and I've been trying to take them out there more so they're like used to the area, and they absolutely love it out there. So I'm not worried about them at all. So I'm just going to call up my papa and call up my grandma, and they're just gonna come pick them up, and I already have their stuff packed, so they're just gonna come pick them up and their stuff and just take them off and have fun for a couple days. And then I still get questions about if I'm gonna record the birth, and I have a question for you. Do I ever not record anything? So no, I'm just kidding, but of course I'm gonna record the birth. I plan on recording everything from modest angles so I can post it and everybody can watch it. And I'm gonna record it from the second I think it's starting to the second it's over. So I do plan on recording everything. So since the split up, a lot of people have been asking about Landon's name, and I think they more so mean like his last name and my last name as well. Landon is going to have the same last name as the boys do, which is Drake's last name, and I am also going to keep his last name. This is probably kind of controversial. A lot of people probably don't like keeping their ex-husband's last name. The only reason I'm going to keep it is because it matches 3 of my kids, 3 of the 4 kids, because of course Lilia has her father's last name, and my 3 boys are gonna all have the same last name, so I do want to keep the last name to match the boys, and then maybe sometime down the line, I don't know, if I ever decide to change my mind, then I'll change it back. But right now it's just a hassle that I don't really want to have to deal with, and it's when you're dropping off kids at school and just picking them up and like for activities and everything, it just makes it so much easier if you have the same last name. So I do plan on keeping the last name, although we are filing for divorce. So yes, Landon will still have the same last name that we planned on him having. Then the number 1 question I've gotten just forever, is who is going to be at the birth. So as of right now, for sure, obviously my midwife's assistant, and my mom are all like 100%, no doubt about it, they're all going to be there. Also, one of my best friends, Sarah, she's going to be taking pictures, so she's going to be there. A couple of my other close friends are going to be there as well, and someone's going to be in charge of videotaping, and someone's going to be in charge of updating if there's anything to update on for you guys. So then, of course, a million people are asking if Drake's going to be at this birth. At this point, since he left, he has not asked if he could be at the birth. So at this point, and of course it could change down the line, but I figured if he really wanted to be around for the actual birth itself, he would have stuck around for 28 more days. He hasn't shown a lot of interest in it, so as of right now, no, he's not going to be at the birth. So then the last question I've gotten is, am I going to update like on Facebook and stuff like that? Originally, I was planning on updating everything, but after thinking about it more, I'm starting to think, what is there gonna be for me to update on? Because my midwife doesn't really check for dilation, so there's not like those milestones. So I guess when I think I'm going into labor, I'll post something maybe about contractions. But I do not promise that I'm going to make like regular updates, only because I don't really know what I'm gonna put. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's just gonna depend on how everything plays out. But if I do update, I will most likely update on my Facebook. So go add me on Facebook. And I know that there's a way that you can have text messages sent to your phone every time I make an update. At least there was when I had the twins. So if you want to do that, that's an option as well. And of course, I'm going to be updating on Instagram too. So follow me on Instagram and follow me on Facebook. And then if I plan on doing labor updates, or if things work out to where I do want to update, like I said, I'm not 100% sure on how often it's going to be or if I'm going to do it at all. But that is where you will see Landon's first picture. That's where you're going to see everything before YouTube, probably, because it's just so much faster. So I will have the links down below. If you go to Facebook, you just look up Gabe and Jess, the same as my username here on YouTube, and it should pop up, and you can just like the page and you'll get all the updates from me. And on Instagram, my name is JessFam, and it has 3 S's. So it's JESSSFAM. So those are my usernames. I know some people have trouble finding me, and it's usually because of the 3 S's. So anyway, so I will put the links below also. And I hope that answers most of your guys' questions, majority of the questions. If there's something major that I missed, I'll try to update it in my 39-week video. But I think that's pretty much it. So I will talk to you guys for my next update. Bye.